Oh, let us say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let us begin this transmission on the art of art. Now, there is an art to talking about the art of art. The idea, of course, on your planet is that you have expressed yourself in a variety of creative ways. And much that is created, when shared with your public, is considered what you call art. In that, it evokes a mood, ideas, allows people to engage in an expression of the artist that is representative not only of the individual artist that has created the piece in whatever form it may come, painting, sculpture, drawing, writing, music, doesn't matter, but also, of course, is an expression of the time in which it is created, and also of the collective consciousness of the society in which it is created. So art, as many of you already know, is quite subjective and is capable of evoking many different kinds of reactions, reflections, moods, ideas within different individuals, because first and foremost, art is a mirror. And whether or not they may know it, those that look upon or listen to or receive in whatever form the artistic expression are bringing to it their own subjective point of view, their beliefs, their ideas, their feelings, their moods, attitudes, energies, and are getting a reflection from that mirror back to themselves, an opportunity to investigate why they react or respond the way they do. What does the art mean to the one looking at it? How does it put you in touch with either other aspects of your own consciousness or other aspects of the consciousness and expressions of the society in which you live? What does it inspire within you to express from yourself, to share with others, to converse, to discuss? Art, in that sense, allows you to investigate aspects of your being that you may actually be unconscious of and bring them to the forefront by looking at your response, your reaction to what you are experiencing, and also allow you to create a response, a creative response in some way, shape, or form. That would be the inspiration part. But first and foremost, the idea is that art, even though it may seem to be very passive in that you're just looking or listening at whatever the piece of art is actually quite active because it activates certain things within each individual that participates, that is willing to open up and discover more of themselves by looking in that mirror as it has been presented to them by the artist, so that you gain, as we said, not only insight into the artist, into the society, into the timing, but also into yourself. And ideally, allow that, when it bounces around inside you, the ideas, the feelings, the moods that it engenders and inspires within you, to let it out in an expression of equal artistry, equal creativity, in some way, shape, or form, so that it doesn't just remain a passive event, so that you are inspired to express the art within yourself in whatever way it may be relevant for you. So today, we are going to discuss some things, some permission slips, if you are willing to play, willing to participate, that you can, in your own way, in your own time, take it upon yourselves to do, to express. It doesn't matter whether you ever have before drawn, sculpted, wrote a poem, wrote music, wrote any kind of idea that would be considered art. Now is an opportunity for you to just allow yourselves to go through the expression and see what comes out of you, because there may be many things hiding within you that your beliefs, may be not allowing you to see, that may be invisible to you, and that when you begin to really start exploring the artist within you, you may find that there are quite a few surprises within yourself that you may discover, that you may realize that you didn't even know who you really were. So in this, we start with this suggestion. Allow yourself, when convenient for you, to stand in front of a mirror and just gaze at yourself for a moment. And first and foremost, understand no matter what your form, your shape, your appearance, allow yourself a moment, at least a moment. I understand sometimes this may be an uncomfortable thing for many of you, but at least for a moment, appreciate the artistry of your being. Whether it be just the physical form, whether it be the look in your eyes, the expression on your face, just appreciate what you're seeing, what you are being given as a reflection, because it will be an opportunity for you to begin to understand the uniqueness that each of you is, and thus the artist that each of you is. And we say that because for a long time in your society, most of you have been taught to believe that you had nothing at all to do with the way you are, with the way you look, with the way you appear. But you are the artist of yourself. We have said before, and we will say now again, that because you are really all in your natural state, in spirit, and that physical reality is in a sense just a projection or a dream, you are in fact channeling these personalities into physical reality. So you are channeling yourself all the time. You are inventing yourself all the time, projecting this artificial construct, this piece of art you call your body, your personality, your idea, your identity of yourself all the time, and you're bringing that into being. And that is an artistic act. You know what you're doing, and you may sometimes wonder why you did it the way you did. But when you really start taking a good deep look at yourselves and understand what your true theme of exploration is, what your true aligned path really is, you can begin in looking at your reflection to start really appreciating why you project yourself the way that you do. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't change the idea of how you project yourself, both in personality and in form. It's up to you, because again, physical reality isn't really solid. You have the opportunity to understand that you can, as you already know, change over time, but those changes can also happen more rapidly, more quickly, if you wish, in the sense of picking up the brush, the artistic brush of energy, of spirit, and painting a new picture of yourself. So in beginning, to look at yourself in the mirror and seeing yourself as you are in the way that you have now artistically created yourself to be, for whatever purposes you did that, to bring yourself to this point of looking at yourself in the mirror. Imagine now that you take up a spiritual brush, and not because of fear, not because of shame, not because of anything negative. Just start to look at yourself and start to realize how much more you are within, and how much more of that which is within can be projected without, on the outside. And take that brush and in your imagination, start to look at the reflection in the mirror as a painting. And start to make a brush stroke here, make a brush stroke there, little dab of color here, little dab of color there, and start to create in your imagination something that you believe is an image in the mirror on this canvas, this reflective canvas, that is now much more representative of the being you prefer to be when you know yourself to be in total alignment, in joy, in happiness, in ecstasy, in passion. Let that spirit come forth. Let it project itself on to the idea of your body, because it is just a projection, just an idea, and start to paint a new picture of yourself. If you wish it to be a sculpture, you can do that too, and start chiseling this and chiseling that a little bit here and there. If you wish to do it through the idea of music and vibration, you can see vibrations making changes in your form here and there as you imbue those frequencies onto the body that you see in the reflective painting. If you wish to write, if that is your forte of artistic expression, you can write a new idea of yourself and say, well, the eyes are a little bit now brighter. The nose looks a little more like this because it is an expression of the fact that I can take in more air and breathe more easily. Any which way you wish to do this, any which way you wish to be the artist is up to you, whatever works for you in this permission slip. But paint or draw or feel a new picture, a new being, and really start to use your imagination to see that overlay, however it is you choose to form it. And understand that you are the artist. You are the creator of your reality in this way. Even if you have never done anything artistic in your life or that you think is not artistic, again, remember, you are artists all the time because you are creating your personality. You are creating this idea of your physical reality. You are magnificent artists, all of you, and it is time to give expression to that in the outer world, to be free enough to allow yourself to be seen in that artistic way, in whatever form makes sense to you, in whatever form is relevant for you. And once you have done that, and you can do it as often as you wish, you can do it in the morning, you can do it in the afternoon, you can do it in the evening, it's up to you. You can do it once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, up to you. Allow yourself then to go out in the world with that new image, that new painting, that new sculpture, that new vibration, that new appearance, that new understanding, that new creative, artistic expression of yourself, with your imagination fully open and willing and allowing to let in the new things that will now be representative of the new artistic expression that you are. Because that will become part of the new landscape, the new painting, the new sculpture, the new background, the new environment that you will start to experience when you walk through life in a creative and artistic way. As you walk down your street, you can do the same thing. You will find your imagination opening up. Paint the world in the way that you prefer to see it. Have that brush with you all the time, that chisel with you all the time, that music with you, that pen with you all the time. And as you go through life and you see things here that are out of alignment, allow yourself to start painting it in a new way. Paint it with brighter colors. Paint it in a peaceful setting. Allow yourself to really start projecting that energy in a very artistic way onto things and see the world as your canvas, because it is. It is just a reflective mirror. It is just a canvas, and you can paint it in whatever way, shape, or form you so prefer. We are not in any way, shape, or form talking about being naive in the sense of not seeing what's there. We are talking about the idea of understanding that every single moment you are, in fact, painting a new picture. And you can now start to break the continuity, because art is timeless, and art can present itself in any kind of structure. It doesn't have to follow the rules of time and space in a normal or typical way. And neither do you over time, over space. You will see these things become more fluid in your reality through this methodology of artistic expression and painting the world in a new light. And allow it to break the continuity within you so that you can see more reflections coming back to you of the artistic expression of yourself that you're putting forward. And allow others to see you as a work of art, as you see them as a work of art, so that they can be inspired in seeing your work of art and you can be inspired in seeing theirs, so that the whole world can become one gigantic, reflective art experience. Creativity will begin to explode from your imagination, explode through your eyes, explode through your fingertips, explode from your heart. You will see more colors. You will see more deeply. You will understand the meaning and symbols and archetypes that are presented to you. You will begin to see the world as a piece of art. You will see the meaning behind it that the collective consciousness has given, and you will be able to also change that for yourself if it is relevant for you to do so. You can also allow your imagination to give you more permission slips and more permission to be more artistic in all the things that you choose to do that are representative of your passion. As we have said, allow yourself to do it. Not only the thing that excites you, but the way it excites you, with whom it excites you, where it excites you, how it excites you. And bring it together, all the colors on your palette, and blend them in a way that is pleasing to you, that is representative of the painting that you wish to see, of the sculpture you wish to see, of the artistic expression you wish to be. You can do this. You all have this capacity, as we have already explained. You're doing it all the time. Allow yourself the opportunity to really experience the artistry that all of you contain. Your world will become far more magical, and you will start to see things in a whole new light, and you will start to receive things in a whole new light. Do you feel you can do this? Is it exciting for you to do something like this? Are there any artists in the room? All right. Now, here's a couple of other suggestions for you. Couple of other permission slips. Allow your artistic imagination to alter them however you wish. Take a cube. It can be a cube of wood, cube of any material, but a 6-sided cube. On one face, put a mirror for the reasons that we just explained in the permission slip we just described. On another face, put a photograph of yourself at a younger age, if you have one. If you don't, draw something that's representative. On another face, a photo of yourself, say halfway through your life, up to this point. On another, a photo of yourself as you exist, or believe yourself to exist right now. On another face of the cube, draw an empty shape that is representative of you and put a question mark in it. Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th face, allow yourself to simply paint that entire face in your favorite color. That's all you have to do. Now, allow yourself to start with the image of just the outline and the question mark, and just look at it as representative of a blank. You don't really know what you are. There's not really a reflection here. There's a mystery here about who you really are, what you really are. There's a curiosity to know deeply who you really are, what you really are as a being, as a persona. Then go to the picture of you or the drawing of you in your youth and see where you believe you started. Gaze at it for a few minutes if you wish. Few seconds, doesn't matter, but get a good sense of that child looking back at you. Then go to the one that is in the middle of the child and where you are now. Do the same thing, just engage it, look at it, feel it. If there are memories that come with it, that's fine. But just absorb what you're being given as you look at this reflection. Then go to the one where you are now, look at it, engage it, stay with it a moment, learn from it if that's what happens. Then go to the mirror and look at yourself as you believe yourself to be in that reflection, at that moment. Then flip it over and look at your favorite color. Now go back to the mirror, see if anything has changed, and go backwards through your present photo, to the middle photo, to the young photo, to the face with the question mark. And then go forwards, through the same thing again, and backwards, and forwards. 3 times do this. And see if, when you wind up looking at your reflection in the mirror at the end, if you don't see something new in your eyes, something new in your gaze, something that wasn't there before that is now peeking out at you, a hidden part of you, a new idea of you, a new angle, a new perspective, a hint of someone there that is more than you consider yourself to be, a promise of something bigger, something grander, something creative and expressive, loving and passionate about life, about being the artistic expression that you are. Do this and play with it. See what happens. Sometimes you may find that something subtle will happen. Sometimes you may actually be startled and see that something quite different is looking back at you from the mirror. Play with it. See what happens. Have fun with it. All right? All right. Be the art of art itself. For you are created to be the creator. So create. Consciously create. Give over to that flow from yourself. It is most exhilarating, most rewarding, most revealing. And it will take you to a new level of your being. We thank you for allowing us to share this with you this day. In return for the gift that you are giving us, in allowing us to experience all of you, I ask now in return, in what way may we be of service to you? You may begin with your questions and dialogue if you wish. Speak up and be bold so that all may hear what you have to share.
I have a story that happened to me about, I want to say 3 years ago that I'd like to share.
Yes.
I was driving down the road, excuse me, and I had my windows down. It was summertime, and I heard a voice in my head that says, "We're waiting for you."
Yes.
And it caught me off guard, and I'm looking around thinking it was somebody outside, and when I realized it wasn't outside, it was coming from in my head.
Yes.
And I haven't been able to answer that question and who was asking the question.
Are you sure? You've had no dreams that explain or clarify this idea at all?
Yes, actually.
Oh, well, all right. So you were fibbing.
Yes.
You have had some clarification.
I didn't want to tell the complete truth right away, I guess.
Yes.
Yes. So I...
And so what did the dreams clarify for you? To what point did they take you in your understanding of this?
There's been a lot of meditation kind of awakening dreams, some trying to think of the right word, some lucid dreams.
Lucid?
Had a dream. I have a crystal skull that I bought from the last seminar that I was in, and the assisted teacher, the
Yes.
Conference in Oakland.
Yes.
And I had a lucid dream that it was in my hand.
All right. And?
And it was glowing blue.
Oh, all right. And so, what do you make of that? What did that mean for you as a symbol, as an energy?
I see blue.
And? How does it connect for you to the idea of we are waiting for you?
I'm guessing I have a connection to Sonny, to you. I'm guessing maybe you are one of my spirit guides,
No.
maybe? No.
I am guiding you here,
Yes.
but I'm not a spirit, first of all. I'm a physical being.
I feel I do have a connection to...
We understand. You are connected to the hybrids in a variety of ways, yes. But what do you think it means we are waiting for you?
There's a lot of actually interesting ideas that thoughts that I've had along those lines.
All right, well, what's the most interesting one?
That I am part of something, I struggle to put words together sometimes.
Oh,
so,
all right, well, I'll ask you a question if it will make it easier.
Okay.
Are you acting on your highest excitement in life as best as you possibly can, as often as you possibly can?
Yes.
All the time? without hesitation?
I do go into a little bit of fear-based anxiety
For what
sometimes.
reason?
Old
Old
fear-based
what?
thoughts.
Old thoughts?
Old.
Well, why do you hang on to them if they're old?
Yeah. Well. Yes. And that's what I'm doing. I'm learning to let go of those fear-based. And
All right. So, hearing that in your head, we are waiting for you. Did anything happen around that time to begin to accelerate your ability to act on your excitement so that you would become more of who you truly are?
It was probably 6 months later, maybe a year later,
Yes.
when I started learning about the Bashar videos, and I started following you and Daryl, and since then I've
Yes.
felt a very strong connection to
All right.
to you and possibly,
All right.
you know.
So that you understand that the basic message is we are waiting for you to be more of yourself.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay. Well, I can accept that.
All right. Then again, the more you can allow yourself to let go of those things that are outdated, outmoded, old belief systems that don't serve you, the more you will be who you truly are. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Get on about that business of being who you are. Know yourself more deeply.
Right.
Let go of the things that have nothing to do with who you prefer to be. You cannot use as an excuse or blame the idea that these are old ideas, because every moment is new. Every moment is zero. You get to decide at every moment who you are, who you choose to define yourself to be.
Right. And thank you. I needed that.
I know you knew it, but we are here to remind you of what you already know.
Yes.
Because the idea is to put it into practical application in your physical life. Because again, remember, when we talk about the idea of acting on your highest excitement to the best of your ability, it also contains the idea of having absolutely zero insistence on what the outcome ought to look like. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So do you feel that you're accelerating in your reality, becoming more of who it is you prefer to be?
I do, actually, yes.
All right.
I feel very good about that. I feel like I'm at the, to use an analogy of the dentist with Novocaine, I feel like I'm feeling the effects of the Novocaine finally wearing off.
Oh, all right. Then it is no longer really mysterious, the idea of what it is that they're waiting for. Yes?
Correct.
All right. So does that help you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else?
I do have a question about a car accident that I lined up with about
That you lined up with?
Yes.
That you had?
No, I wasn't in the
All
car.
right. What do you mean lined up with? Observed?
I was in the general area of,
Yes.
of a car that had the guy that was behind the wheel had, and I learned this after we pulled him out of the car. He had had a panic attack and blacked out,
All right. And
and I had
And
pretty
you
much
assisted?
a front row seat to
Yes.
seeing him, behind the wheel. But
All right. And
I
so-
did, and I felt his. I'm guessing a small portion of the anxiety that he must have felt.
all right. And what did that do for you?
I don't know. I felt like I connected with him a little bit.
Yes. Is this a, as you say on your planet, there but for the grace of God go I moment?
Sure.
You
I'm
understand?
not sure. I'm not sure I understood what you meant. Sorry, I didn't follow that.
The phrase on your planet, the common phrase, is there but for the grace of God go I. Meaning, this could easily have happened to me had I been in a different space. But because I am now more aligned with who I am, I can see that other people may not be aligned with themselves or may be using this in a way to help themselves accelerate. But I can use it too by understanding the comparison that I'm being shown between where I used to be, which may have resulted in this, and where I am now.
Right.
So that you get to assist someone instead of being the one that needs the assistance.
Right.
Yes?
And that's what I felt like. I mean, I felt like I just lined up with this accident
Yes.
because, I needed to be there for a reason for both of our sakes.
Yes. And therefore, it's not really an accident, is it?
It was a very interesting situation. I was on a bicycle and I was driving on the sidewalk, and the car had hit another car head on and headed straight for me.
Yes.
And
How exciting.
And yeah, it was actually. It the first thought that went through my mind as I'm swerving is, oh, this is going to hurt. And then it hit the back tire of my bike, knocked me down. And when I got up, I thought, oh, that didn't hurt.
Well, there you go. You have an opportunity to experience the idea that might be termed chaos all around you and emerge unscathed.
Yeah, when I look back on it, it felt like I was a stuntman in a movie or something, and
Yes.
and it was all choreographed. And
Some of the people on your planet call this kind of thing detached attachment. Another translation from our side might be uninvolved involvement, where you can be a catalyst, you can be in some ways part of the orchestration as a participant, but you are providing a service by being there to allow someone to experience something that they believe they need to experience on some level, and you can help them through it.
And I felt that as well.
All right.
And it was definitely an exciting moment. It was after it happened for days. I was
Yes.
I don't know what word to use.
Well, that's all right. This is part, in a sense, of the path you chose because it's part of your training. And this will extend not only in your life, but into what you call the afterlife.
Right. I understand that.
All right. So, does this help?
Absolutely.
Will that do then?
That will do. Thank you very
All right,
much.
thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
Let's see. My name is Carlos, and I have a few questions for you.
Oh, all right.
The first question I would like to ask you is, for the artifacts, we suppose any one of us here would be able to astral travel to one of them.
Oh, yes, and many of you have actually astral traveled to many of them all the time, but you may not necessarily remember that you have done so. In fact, the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt was specifically designed to actually promote the idea of out-of-body experiences so that you could go to different places and actually gain knowledge from those levels. By lying in the king's chamber, in the coffer, and meditating and allowing your energy to go into the gamma state, the brain waves of around 45 cycles per second, the coffer and the chamber is designed to resonate at that frequency and amplify, magnify it, reflect it back to the person in the coffer, and in a sense allow that amplification and magnification resonance to pop them out of their body more easily so that they can astral travel and gain knowledge from the higher realms. So because it is specifically designed, at least that's one of its functions, to do that, then certainly you are capable of astral traveling to all the artifacts and downloading whatever knowledge is relevant for you to download at this time.
Oh, interesting. I also have a lucid dreaming mask that I purchased.
Yes.
And I haven't been using it, but I need to find the excitement to learn how to work it.
You need to find the excitement?
Oh, yeah. No, I got to...
You just need to act on whatever is most exciting, and you will be led to all other things that are relevant and representative of your excitement, because that's what excitement does. It connects to all other things that are representative of your excitement in perfect timing. So act on whatever you are able to act on that is representative of your highest excitement, and all the rest will take care of itself. That's how it works. You don't need to find it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Another question I have is, how possible would it be?
You mean how probable?
How probable?
Anything is possible. It may not be probable or relevant. So how probable is the question?
Okay, how probable? Sorry. Is it to
Yes.
build a machine that is anti-gravity or can produce free energy?
It's very, very simple, and it's actually been done several times on your planet.
Oh, I know. I was asking how possible it would be to make it under $1,000 with parts purchased from the internet.
It is highly probable.
Oh, really?
The principle is actually very simple and does not require anything on its most basic level that's very exotic at all. It just requires an understanding of electromagnetics and gravity. That's all. And light.
For gravity and light, the current understanding is
Not sufficient.
right.
Nevertheless,
Can you how to say? Can you elaborate on more?
about what gravity is?
Yes,
Yes. You have a notepad.
I have someone taking notes for me.
No, all right.
Yes.
How efficient of you. Can you imagine this analogy? For this will be an analogy, but it will help explain the idea more clearly. You understand what a Fibonacci spiral is?
Yes.
All right. So can you picture one spiral going out and expanding this way? At the same time, can you picture another such spiral starting at the same central point, spiraling out in the opposite direction and expanding this way? Can you picture that double spiral overlapping each other?
I believe you mentioned it on the game of chess with the holotope. Yes.
All right, so you can picture that. Obviously, as it expands outward, there will be crossing points, yes?
Yes.
Where the lines will cross each other.
Yes.
Now, understand what I'm describing is extremely simplistic because I'm describing a very two-dimensional, very sparsely diagrammed version of this. But in reality, you're looking at something that would go multidimensionally. You understand? But for now, to keep it simple, just look at it as a flat diagram of two opposite intersecting spirals. Yes?
Yes.
So where they cross and cross and cross and cross and cross can be representative of what you would call subatomic particles. You follow me?
Yes.
So it's energy going out, and where they cross and reinforce each other, there's enough energy there to create a subatomic particle, even if it's just a virtual one. So the idea that between this crossing and this crossing and this crossing, the subatomic particles that are created at those crossings then have a proportional relation to one another. They are fixed as if they are caught in a net. Make sense? Do you have the picture?
It'll be one intersection to come
One
to the other.
intersection, one particle. The next intersection out here, another particle. The next intersection out here, another particle.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
So they are fixed at those crossing points
Okay.
in that so-called net of the double spiral. Are you following this?
Yes.
All right. So the fact that they are fixed in proportion, in relation to one another at those distances is gravity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It may seem like one is attracting another, but the idea is that it's simply fixed in the net, in that particular location, because that's where the crossing is that creates the subatomic particle in its relation to the next crossing and the next and the next and the next and the next. This is on a very, very, very fine-grained level, of course. Very diminutive, very small crossings, so that you perceive it as a multitude of subatomic particles that occupy a very small space, but that spiral is also very small. It expands and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the number of crossings become more and more and more and more and more. But this also explains why your scientists have discovered that farther out, things are actually accelerating. Even though gravity exists and is in a sense holding everything together, they found out that your universe is also expanding at an accelerated rate. And the reason for this, again, is because of that spiral structure. So if you imagine that spiral structure, again, the crossings become farther and farther and farther apart. Yes?
Yes.
Because the spiral is expanding in a different way. But the idea is that space-time moves at infinite speed. Not the speed of light. Space-time itself moves at infinite speed. There is no speed limit to space-time itself. The speed of light happens within space-time, and that is a border, that's a barrier. But space-time itself has no speed limit. But because the structure of space-time in these spirals, because the crossings get farther and farther and farther and farther and farther apart, and yet, because of its ability to travel at infinite speed, space-time will cross those distances in the same amount of time. You understand? Because it won't matter that this is, let's just use this analogy. It won't matter that these two particles are a mile apart, then 2 miles, then 3 miles, then 100 miles, then 10,000 miles, then 1,000,000 miles. It won't matter because space-time moves at infinite speed. Therefore, it can hit all those particles at once. You follow me so far? And because it's hitting particles that are farther and farther and farther apart at the same time, you, in your reality, translate that idea as acceleration because you are crossing greater distances in the same amount of time. That's called acceleration. So that explains the idea of the acceleration and also explains the idea of the relationship of particles with respect to gravity. Does this help you?
Yes, it helps me. Thank you, Bashar.
All right.
So in order to create this anti-gravity device,
Yes.
I will need to...
Which is not really anti-gravity,
Oh, right,
but we
right.
understand what you mean by that.
Or to do something with gravity, it would be to manipulate these spirals you speak of?
In a sense, we have already described an experiment that many of you can undertake with your technology that has to do with understanding that location is not a, shall we say, space in which an object exists, but location is one of the properties of the object itself. It's
Okay.
one of the energy variables that defines or describes the signature frequency of any object. So if you can do an experiment where you have a very, very large, long, flat surface, very flat as you can make it, and you have two small spheres, very thin, hollow spheres, as round as you can make them, let's say out of copper. The idea is that you can take that sphere and put it in location A at one end of the flat table, and you can vibrate it and measure its frequency. Then put that sphere at the other end of the table. It must be at least 10 feet apart, at least. And it is uncertain as to whether your instruments may even be able to be sensitive enough to register the difference. But if you actually measure it at the other end of the table, it will actually have a slightly different frequency because it's in a different location. You have now isolated the locational variable in its energy signature. So, if you then take that sphere and put it back at the beginning in location A, and you bombard it, overwhelm its energy with a vibration, whether electromagnetically or acoustically, doesn't matter, of location B, it will have to stop existing at location A and start moving toward location B, stopping when it gets there. That will be the beginning of understanding of the idea that you're calling anti-gravity, because when you get a handle on that technology, then you can understand that locational variables can go this way too. So the idea then is when you've perfected it to a certain point, you can take that object here on the ground, measure its frequency, then take it up into the air 100 feet, measure its frequency, and do the same experiment once you've learned how to imbue it with the locational vibration of 100 feet in the air. Then it will simply start rising and go to 100 feet in the air because that's what it's now tuned to. So you're changing its locational variable. That's actually what anti-gravity actually is. Make sense?
Yes.
Does that help you?
It helps me out.
All
Thank
right,
you.
well, have fun playing with that idea.
Oh, thank you. One thing I would like to throw in, I recently got a 3D printer. I'm very excited about it.
Say that again.
I recently got a 3D printer,
Oh, all right.
and I'm very excited. Is there any powerful permission slips I can print out?
That's up to you, isn't it?
I suppose it is.
Yes, it is. So have fun.
All right, thank you, Bashar.
All right.